What up, YouTube? Team Moves here. Since the 2005 film V for Vendetta is actually trending on Twitter, I'm not joking. V for Vendetta is actually talked about a lot today on Twitter because the film does take place on the same day in 2020. So I could definitely see why. Kind of like how in October there's Back to the Future Day. Looks like the November 5th is V for Vendetta Day. All right. Now, V for Vendetta, which is based on a graphic novel written by Alan Moore, who, of course, his other graphic novel, Watchmen, got adapted to both feature film as well as an HBO series. Now, of course, this movie got released back in 2005. I didn't really get interested in theirs because I was a tad bit young when the film got released. I was actually pretty much in middle school when this film was released, believe it or not. But I did saw when it hit, TV. It's the film, starred Natalie Portman, Hugo Weaving, and it was also directed by this director named James Mateek, who also went on to direct other films like The Raven. He directed that Gabrielle Union movie, Breaking In. He did that not so good Pierce Brosnan film, Survivor, Ninja Assassins. He's done some hits and miss, but his best work is definitely V for Vendetta. That movie is super fun. The film was scripted by the Wachowskis, and I really quite like V for Vendetta. The film takes place in the year 2020, where a virus is literally runs wild in the world. Most Americans, are dead, and Britain is ruled by a fascist director who promises security but not freedom, and one man stands against him, and the man is named V, played wonderfully by Hugo Weaving, Hugo Weaving has been some really iconic stuff. He, of course, played Red Skull in the first Captain America. He's been in the Matrix films. I believe he was in Lord of the Rings movies, if I'm not mistaken. Hugo Weaving, this is probably his best work, in my opinion. And like I said, the film takes place on November 5th, 2020, which, of course, is today. And, alright, this film takes place in 2020 and is about a virus killing people. Does that sound familiar? We are in 2020 and there's a virus killing people. Sounds weird, but this movie kind of predicted the future. Yeah, Anyway, so here, V ends up saving this young woman named Evie, portrayed by Natalie Portman, and she ends up saving, Evie from the secret police, and he discovers an alley, that is, fight against, England's, oppressors and all. And Natalie Portman actually had to shave her head in this film, and, of course, Natalie Portman she's been in loads of great stuff. She, of course, is no stranger at action. Remember when she was only 14, she was in The Professional. Of course, she's been in the Star Wars prequels. Natalie Portman is terrific. Of course, she won an Oscar for Black Swan. There's that. Anyway, the action in this is really fun. It's really entertaining. Has some really cool violence. James, I thought, did a really cool job with this. Believe it or not, V and his relationship with Evie is pretty much similar to the family opera relationship, where V and the fam are both masked and all. And you don't really hardly see Hugo Weaving's voice. He's basically in his mask, using his voice, body language to create this cool character. You also got some other really cool castles, like the late great John Hurt was in this, who plays the sinister dictator here. You had Stephen Rea, Rupert Graves as the police assigned to lead the search for V. Tim Pigott Smith portrays the role of the instrument of the director here. You have some other really cool cast lists. Natalie Portman, shaving her head for this was one of the most iconic moments of the film. It's pretty much V for Vendetta is 2020's parallel, and yeah, Hugo Weaving probably to me, it's probably one of his best roles. He plays this role. He plays the role of V perfectly. You even had Stephen Fry, who was pretty terrific in this. Really a funny comic right there. It's really cool. I mean, great action, great performances by Natalie Portman. I mean, the movie got released in 2005, and most people still talk about it nowadays. How did we never got a sequel is still always beyond me. I mean, I'm always curious why we never got a sequel to this. Maybe we could get a TV show down the line. I mean, with the success of Watchmen, why not? Maybe we could get a TV show of V for Vendetta. I mean, if you guys never really got to see V for Vendetta, it's actually on Tubi TV. Go check it out. It's really awesome. Oh, and I messed up. It actually got released in 2006, not 2005. I think it just got released in, film festivals that year and just didn't really... But anyway... let me leave with you guys. Have you ever seen V for Vendetta? If so, what's your story? Were you a fan of it? Were you not a fan of it? Ever read the graphic novel it's based on? And would you be down to see, either a film sequel or maybe a TV show based on it? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This is Timu signing off.